So this is very weird. This one is another number 28. I thought I just did number 28, but this one is also number 28. So maybe this is 28 on your second attempt, who knows? But this looks different. I don't think I ever did this one with you, so I'll do this one with you in this video. Let's see. A realtor has been told that 43%, now that's the proportion we're given. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking, oh, which classes or which notes did we go over proportion? And there are a couple of them. Let's keep reading. Told that 43% of homeowners in a city prefer to have a finished basement. A survey of group of 300 homeowners. I gotta write these down. Hold on. So that's the notes from the first one. Let me just delete all these. Okay. So first I was given P, the proportion of homeowners who prefer to have a finished basement, P equals 0.43. I'm also given that a group of 300 homeowners, so there's a sample size of 300, randomly chosen from our client list. Describe the, oh, they cannot make this any more obvious for us. They did say this. Sampling, distribution, model of the proportion of homeowners in a sample who prefer a finished basement. Round the standard deviation to 1 decimal place. Now listen, they did say describe the sampling distribution. What they mean by describe is they want you to give them mean and the standard deviation. What's the center? What's the spread like of this distribution? And this is called sampling distribution of sample proportions, right? This is proportions because they're not looking at sample average. We're talking about a proportion of people who prefer finished basement. So I happen to memorize these. It was 7.2. I looked that up before too. 7.2. This is. It was no. I'm sorry. 7.2 is population mean, sampling distribution of population mean. 7.1. Oh, I know where we looked that up. We looked that up when we did the other one about sampling distribution of sample mean. This is it. 7.1 is when we talked about how sample proportions vary around the population mean, and this is from chapter 7. And what you need is how do you tell the mean and the standard deviation. You just gotta kind of go through it. Where is the formula? I remember I gave it to you all somewhere. Like we did some application problems. Here it is. So mean and the standard deviation of population proportion. Mean is the same as population proportion, P. And the sampling distribution, remember that formula? I know you used it before. Square root of P times 1 minus P over N. So I remember those. So mean is going to be, mean is equal to population proportion, which is 0.43. But the standard deviation is equal to, and we can call it standard error, or I guess standard deviation of sample proportion. That's the one with the square root, and in the numerator we did P minus Q, or P minus 1 minus P, 0.43 times 1 minus 0.43, and we divide it by the sample size of 300. Okay, I'm gonna need a scientific calculator for that. So Desmos scientific calculator. I'm gonna type in square root of fraction 0.43 times 1 minus 0.43, and the sample size was 300. So the standard deviation is 0.0 something like that. Let me go ahead and copy this down here. Ew, that number was too small. It was 0.0, oh, I want it to be 0.0285. Rounded, maybe I should round that up to 6 because the number after that was 8. So that's it. Mean and the standard deviation right here. So let's go back and pick the right one. Now they just converted these answers into percentage. So I can go ahead and say 0.43 is 43%. And this number, if I multiply by 100, that's going to be about 2.86%. So which one is saying that? Mean is 43%. Standard deviation is rounded up to 2.9%. I better just read the rounding carefully. So the answer should be D, mean of 43%, standard deviation of 2.9%.